How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse, and I'm here with Jesse, product line manager at Saucony. Today, we are going to be taking a first look at the new Saucony Endorphin Elite. Now, Jesse, super shoes have taken over the race space, and really, the brands that are winning are the ones that are innovating and delivering unique experiences for not only the pros, but every runner looking to run their best on race day. Now we've got the Endorphin Elite, a very unique look, very different, and something that I think we're gonna see on a lot of the feet of the pros. Can you tell us about the inspiration for this shoe and really what it's all about?
The Endorphin Elite is going to be our pinnacle of our race day expression. Kind of in the background, we're always looking for the next foam or the next innovation, and that's what we have right here. So we have a brand new foam in the Endorphin Elite. It's called PWRRUN HG, and it is gonna offer a little bit different of an experience than what we have in the Endorphin Pro 3. You said it, pros are wearing these shoes all the way to people who are racing, wearing these shoes, even some for everyday running. So it's not really a one-size-fits-all thing anymore with racing products. So with the Endorphin Elite, we're gonna be offering a brand new experience underfoot and how the overall shoe feels.
So let's take a little bit deeper dive at the midsole. You said that we have PWRRUN HG. This is a new compound. How is this gonna be different than PWRRUN PB? What did you learn there? And then is this gonna be an elevated experience, more responsive, softer? How does it feel?
Yeah, that's a great question. So PWRRUN HG is gonna have very similar energy efficiency scores to PWRRUN PB, but the main difference is it's gonna be a little bit softer. So it's gonna give you a little bit bouncier, a little bit livelier experience underfoot, both very energy efficient, but just kind of different underfoot experiences.
And from a stack height, we continue to see shoes get higher and higher, and you are limited a little bit, especially for pros, to that 40mm zone. Are we still looking at about similar stacks to the Pro 3?
Yes, so we are gonna be going right underneath that 40mm, so we're gonna go all the way up, but we're not gonna go over because we know that our pros are gonna be racing in this product. And then it is gonna have an 8mm drop, so it's gonna be 40, just under 40 in the heel, and then 32 in the forefoot.
So very similar stack heights, but when you look at the shoe and look at how aggressive it is, it's shocking. You know, you see it and it's like, wow, that is aggressive.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the geometries, why you went with such a drastic toe spring, and how that's gonna feel?
Yeah, so we actually went into the field, we talked to our pros, we talked to a group of sub-elites, so those people that are really racing in that high level, and then we went and talked to a group of people who were not in either of those categories, but still choosing carbon-plated shoes to race in. And all three groups of people said that they were looking for that on your toes feeling, that poppy feeling. So that's what we were chasing with this product. You can see here that that bevel angle is very drastic, and what that's gonna do is you're not gonna be on the ground quite as long, and it's gonna really pop you off the top of the shoe and give you that on your toes feeling that you're probably looking for.
And the foam is obviously probably the most important part of this shoe, but it is gonna work together with the carbon plate. We saw a carbon plate in the Pro 3. Do we have that same plate design, or did it have to get tweaked a little bit?
The plate had to be tweaked. So this plate is gonna have a slotted design, so it's gonna have that forked nature. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna work really well with the PWRRUN HG. So since the foam is a little softer, a little bit more compliant, the slotted plate is gonna kind of work with the foam. So they're gonna work kind of in harmony, and it's gonna give you that really poppy feeling that we were talking about.
And I really enjoyed the Pro 3's feel. It maybe was slightly firmer than some of the other shoes, so I am excited to see how this slightly softer feel feels underfoot. We also got to talk outsole. It's the next part of the shoe. We've got a little bit of rubber in the forefoot and the heel, but a little bit more exposed foam.
Yes.
Tell us about the outsole and how it's going to distinguish itself from this shoe.
Yeah, so as this is our pinnacle race day expression, we're always still chasing that lightweight feel. So with the Pro, we do have a pretty aggressive outsole, so you do have a full thing of rubber, a little bit of exposure in the midfoot area. On the Elite, you're gonna have a 1mm skin rubber, so very thin, very lightweight, a little bit more exposure, and that's gonna really allow us to get down to that 7.2 ounces with all this foam and all this geometry on top of the foot.
And from a net base experience, are we looking fairly similar between the two?
Fairly similar. We're gonna have a tiny bit more width in the forefoot than in the Elite than we do in the Pro, but overall similar widths in the heel and the toe, just the geometry is really what's gonna be different between these two products.
And looking at both of the outsoles kind of side by side, there are a few differences in cutouts. How important is the cutout, and how did you kind of end up where we have here in the Elite?
Yeah, the cutouts are pretty important. Again, it's still chasing that weight goal, so that allows you to reduce the weight a little bit, but it also gives the shoe a little bit of that movement, a tiny bit of flexibility, and it works really well both with these carbon plate designs. So they are a little bit different from the Pro to the Elite, and both of those differences are going to come because the plates are a little bit different.
Well, we talked about kind of that very aggressive midsole that gives it its distinct look, but the other thing that really makes this shoe stand out is going to be the upper. Can you tell us about it and how it's geared specifically for race day?
Yeah, so this is where we get very aggressive with this shoe. So this is going to be a net mesh. It's extremely lightweight, very breathable, but super secure. So with racing product, we know that you cannot compromise the structure, you cannot compromise the security for the weight. Of course, we want it to be as light as possible, but when you're racing, there cannot be any sort of distraction. You cannot have any sort of compromise with the mesh. So that net mesh is going to be nice and secure to the foot. You also have these two lacing system kind of mid-foot structure pieces here, and that's really going to secure you down to the platform. And then of course we have this nice, extremely breathable perforated tongue. So no added weight there. It's going to sit nicely on top of the foot, and it's kind of gusseted down here to the midsole. The heel area is going to be kind of this knitted mesh. So it's going to be soft and secure, and you're going to have this kind of TPU piece back that's going to really lock you down into place. So everything you want in an upper, but extremely lightweight, extremely durable.
Yeah, well, every part of the shoe from the upper all the way down to the midsole is geared specifically for race day. The real question is, who is going to use this shoe on race day, and what is its going to be ideal use, especially compared to maybe a shoe like the Pro 3 that will kind of live side by side?
Yeah, that's a great question. They are going to live side by side. They are going to offer pretty different underfoot experiences. So the Elite and the Pro both geared towards marathons, half marathons, anything that you're trying to get up on your toes for, that kind of racing experience. So if you are looking for something a little bit more aggressive, the Endorphin Elite is going to be for you. It really gives you that on your toes feeling, a little softer underfoot, but overall an extremely energy efficient ride and really going to get you to that PR on race day.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited for this shoe. I ran in the Pro 3 in the early stages, got out for a workout with Jared Ward, and I knew Saucony was onto something special. Now continuing to see the foams innovate, geometries change, and really kind of fine-tune for that Elite. I'm excited for this shoe, and I don't know, I'm gonna have to get a pair soon to get those miles in. But for the people at home that are looking to get this shoe on their feet, when can they have it?
You're going to be able to get this in spring 23.
Perfect. You heard it here first. If you're looking to get it on your own feet, you can find it at Running Warehouse.